Welcome to Larry's Topics. Well, I've tried to upload this video at least 5 times, and I've ran into some technological problems or personal problems which set me back. I was going to release this video a few days ago, but unfortunately, I've had setbacks. Anyhow, this is the second part to the Dragon Ball Evolution and Last Airbender and how they ruined their franchises. I already did Dragon Ball Evolution. This time I'm covering The Last Airbender. Alright. I'm not going to do a categorization or anything, but these are the things that really bothered me about the movie. This one, it's small, but it's still irritating because I love the series, and I've watched pretty much the whole series. I think I may have missed a few episodes, but I digress. Anyhow, the one, it's more of an irritation than an enragement, but it's still irritating, and that is the pronunciation of Aang's name in The Last Airbender, which is... they call him Ong. And I don't know if it's actually supposed to be the proper pronunciation of his name or not. I don't care. It's the fact that we know him as Aang. We love him as Aang. Stick to the source material, people. Quit changing it to your benefits and your liking. Second, and then, it goes on. Let's see. The amount of information they try stuffing into this movie, they wind up cutting out key characters and key plot points in the story, which harms it rather than helps it. They should have done it where each book or each movie, trust me, you don't want to do them as the books, because trust me, it would have been long. They would have had to have made many of them. No, but they could have took key things from the story and important things and important characters and left them in instead of chopping them up. That bothered me. God, I think the first book was... I know they find Aang, and I think they start working their way to the Earth Kingdom, and they meet the forest rebels, the thieves and that. They were key, to the story and helped out, and they didn't even use them at all. So it diminishes the kind of help that they got through the journey. Yeah, these certain characters caused a lot of harm, but in the long run, they helped. And they pushed the story along. Right? Well, Sokka, from what I remember, Sokka wasn't funny at all. He was more serious. I'm sorry, Sokka was not serious. He was a naive, innocent oaf who was a good warrior in his own right. But they didn't use that. They did a cardboard cutout, I guess you'd say. He was the comic relief because he saw the world differently than everybody else, other than the bad. He still saw that as bad, but he had a more innocent approach to it. But I digress with that. I could go on about this for probably hours and hours, but I'm not going to do that. Another thing that bothered me was the earth, up in that earth bending village They totally ruined that storyline. It's just like it was just slapped in there, just say, hey, they were here. The firebenders, I'm sorry, that really, really irritated me. Actually, I'm pretty sure it upset a lot of people. All the other benders have to use elements around them. Water benders need to have, of course, water. Earth benders have to be touching earth. This is, of course, before Toph invents metal bending. And airbenders use the air around them. Firebenders use the heat and their heat, the heat of their passion, their pride, their honor, their anger. They use the natural heat of their will power, and that's how they do their firebending. They do not need a torch in a corner to no. That totally was insulting to the whole aspect of the firebenders, because they were so proud because they used the natural fire of their inner selves, inner emotions, the heat of their souls, basically their passion. That's why in the series, that's why Zuko actually winds up getting sick and a fever, because he's trailing away from his reason for bending and needs to find a new way to bend. And that's where they go and meet the dragons and do the dancing dragon. But I digress with that. They make them use torches and fire around them, which was bullcrap, because it totally insults the whole aspect of using the inner heat of your inner willpower, your passions, and that. I mean, why would the guy in the book give him a leaf that's burning and a little cinder in the middle and make him keep it a little cinder? Right? He was supposed to use his own focus and determination to not let that leaf burn up. And that just totally ruins the whole aspect of the firebenders. And it was very insulting. One really, really big complaint of mine is the Fire Lord. The Fire Lord and his whatever right hand man or whatever. I didn't need. It's a friend of M. Night Shyamalan's, and I'm sorry. I heard he died. I'm sorry if he did. Blah blah blah. You know, I'm not going to go into it, but the fact that he used this guy as a character in every movie. So he slapped him into the Avatar movie, and they instead of sticking to at least making the Fire Nation mostly Asian, I say Japanese. I know Chinese have dragons in their mythos too, and so do the Japanese. And it bothers me because they're not Asian, they're not Japanese, but their characters are. I mean, oh God, Avatar Roku. Last Avatar Roku. His pet and his life was in Asian. His stories, I'm assuming he was Japanese because a lot of their symbol looked like Japanese, but also it could be Chinese. I'm not sure, but I'm strongly leaning towards Japanese. I mean, like I was saying, Avatar Roku's soul bonding pet like Aang's is a flying bison, airbender, hello. Master Roku, Avatar Roku, soul bonding pet was a dragon. I mean, the dragon died with him. He was trying to save people on his island. Sozin betrayed him and left him to die, suffocating on sulfur gases, if I remember correctly. And his dragon comes down and spirals around him and uses himself to protect him, which slowly winds up killing him, the dragon, and Roku. They don't, and that's a impactful thing, It gives you the strength of their cultural beliefs, of loves for dragons and that. Instead, they smack Indian, Indonesian, whatever the hell they're called. They use them. And it was insulting. Just so his buddy could be in the movie and make him a key part, they turns. That's the only thing I can gather of why Ozai is. Fire Lord Ozai is not even Asian. He's Indonesian. It's insulting. It's pathetic. And come on, I think the prince was played by the dude that did Life of Pi. Whoop-de-doo. And I think he also did that movie, Slumdog Millionaire. Who cares? They literally just walked away from so much of the source material. I mean, it's insulting. You look at Prince Zuko. I'm sorry, Zuko had goldish brown eyes, and he was hit in the face with a fireball from his dad, and it singed his eye and left it like that, with a fire streak across his face, as a reminder for disrespecting his father that everybody saw, and they knew who he was because of that scar. In the movie, the kid's skin's so dark, I didn't even realize he had any makeup on to indicate the scar. His skin was so dark, it didn't even stick out to me. It wasn't until in certain lighting that you could see the scar, and it's just like, really? This kid could walk around in a dimly lit area and nobody would know he had the scar. He gets out on the beach. Hey, dude's got a scar. Come on. That was an identifying feature of Prince Zuko, was that scar. It was a living reminder. He disrespected a general, but he insulted his father for speaking out of turn. And that's why he got the scar. The whole, oh God, what was his uncle's name? Not Ozai. Oh, his name's on the tip of my tongue. I've had it several times. Just I've lost it because of all the technical problems I've had. Oh God. Cairo. His uncle Cairo. He was dope, man. Everybody loved him. He was everyone's favorite. He's just like the perfect ultimate Asian fortune cookie wisdom guy, And he wasn't too far off, other than he looked nothing like him except for having a beard. And it's cool. I give it respect. Give respect to the fact he's able to bend without needing fire. That was cool, but it's still dumb. scares off a bunch of firebenders because, oh, he's been in fire without fire. That was stupid. I'm sorry. I've seen so many different. I've seen a bunch of different M. Night Shyamalan movies, and a lot of them, it just looks like he crapped in a bag, slapped a sticker on it, wrote a name on the bag, and handed it in. He got a golden card of popularity for The Sixth Sense. Unbreakable, great movie. Split, another great movie. Did a little too much jumping around with flashbacks for the one girl, but it gave you an idea of her backstory, right? But I haven't seen it, but I've seen bits and pieces of the movie Glass. That's where he took, and he had such a splendid story, and then he crapped in the bag, rolled it up, slapped his gold sticker on it, wrote the title on it, handed it in. This man, straight up, when you watch his movies, because I think he got so cocky from his, they called him the next Steven Spielberg? It went to his head. It did. He became arrogant, obviously, because after that, other than a couple movies, the rest of them all suck. It looks like he just, I'm sorry, he touches all these other movies and they turn to crap. I don't like The Last Airbender. They ruined it. Please, 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 Hollywood, stop crapping in bags and giving them to the public. If you're going to honor the things we love, honor them. Don't crap on them. And it's not the aspect that you care about the source material. You don't. It's obvious you don't. You look at the source material and say, hey, think we can make money off this story? Yeah, but I don't want to pay that much money and I don't want to have to go through that much work to make the movie. So what are we going to do? Oh, let's crap in a bag and give it to the people. They're dumb. They don't care. They'll pay to see it. And then they'll criticize us for it. But by then, we've already got our money. Stop, please, for the love of God. Fire the non-talented writers and directors and give us some people that know what the hell they're doing. But I digress. I don't want this to be too long of a video. I know I've had a few, so on that note, I say farewell. For now, enjoy the weekend coming up. Stay healthy, stay safe. God bless. And take care of yourself, everybody. Bye.